So these are all including infrastructural projects, I believe. And if we talk about Baghdad in private, this is the capital of your country, and it has been invaded for almost 10 years. And now, in last December, American soldiers withdrew. Yes. And when I take a look at the infrastructure position of capital Baghdad, it's not very hope-inspiring. Yes. What are your plans to restructure the capital?
Yes, I think that we have many plans for infrastructure. We have for sewage system and also for the roads and streets, and that is what we need, and for drink water and also sewage system and electricity. This is the main thing or main element that very necessary, and it is the first demand of the people. And we have a budget, every ministry that are specialized. As a governorate, we have also our budget for this 2012. We have more than $1 billion. Okay. So we have many or different projects from roads and also from drink water, sewage system, and also housing, bridge, and many things that we have. So because you know, as you have said, that infrastructure it's very old. Yeah. And we have about between 25 years we have 3 very destructive wars. And the old regime had nothing to do and to repair it. So we take this as a legacy. It is very, very problematic. Yeah. Yes.
But Mr. Rezzak, I mean, the American soldiers withdrew, and now maybe I can say you're more and more independent, but instability and violence always stand as an obstacle before the development. Yes. As the governor of Baghdad, what could you say about the security problem? Because every day we hear bombs are exploding and tens of people are losing their lives. What are your comments on that?
I think some monitors make a mistake when they can link between the presence of the American soldiers and the security. There was also explosion while the American there, if they are not involved. So we have from 2006, 7, 8, there was American troops, but there was also such as explosion and bomb cars and others. Now we have, I think, the security situation have been improved. Yes, we have sometimes here and there, but it is a general, and we have evaluated by the practice, actually. We have many things that discovered, like bomb car, like this, and capture many terrorists, and they also have been in charge by the court. And also we have to stop these terrorists from work. But there is sometimes also involve some policemen themselves or the army, and also they have been captured and they are also in charge. But in general it is good, but I do not deny that is there sometimes that happen. But the situation now as a life and the people, it's very ordinary. You come to Baghdad and you do see it, the restaurants, cafeterias, hotels, we have also crowded in the streets.
But you said, I mean, the explosions were taking place when the Americans were in Iraq. I may think that those explosions were aimed at American soldiers, but since the Americans are no longer in Iraq, we see ensuing fighting in your country. What is your comment on that?
Yes, some of these terrorists at the past or the last years, they said that we are against the Americans. Okay, now we haven't any American. Why do you do? So they have another agenda, I think that is. They have some political and some of also from outside agendas that also interfere in our domestic affairs, and from many countries. So I think it is very complicated by that. But I think that our troops, they are very good now, and they are improved there. And we have also for reinforced also, we buy weapons and air force for others. I think gradually will be very better.
What are your comments on sectarian violence? Because it's become the talk of the town lately. There is very large disagreements between the Sunnis and Shiites. What are your comments on that?
I think as a people, when I have meet people, both of them, we haven't such feeling. This is just for the politician. When they are very weak, they mobilize their sect.
Who is the weakest now?
I think anyone who think that he is maybe a loser, maybe have some court, something like this. So he want to mobilize his group by this sectarian feelings, and I think he's wrong. He cannot go there, because our people are very conscious and they cannot accept any sectarian involvement again. No.
How do you see Mr. Prime Minister Maliki's decision to arrest Vice President Tariq Al-Hashimi and the little crisis that occurred in Iraq? Because Turkey also...
Yes, it is not a decision of Maliki, actually. It is decision of the court, High Court. And they have been, this decision arrested by 9 judges. So we, as a constitution, we have independent between the, these 3 authorities. I mean, that's the legislation and executive, so, and also the judge. So, and the High Court is very, so he is, Mr. Maliki, he should do, because he should execute this order. And if he cannot do it, so that's mean he's weak. So he just to give them, Mr. Hashimi, that is, you should be, give yourself or come to the court. You have also a right to have many lawyers and to prove your announcement.
But Hashimi insists on not going back to Baghdad and is defying the Baghdad government in a way, and he is also defying the judiciary there. What is it?
I think Mr. Hashimi is complicated for himself, because now all politicians, all parties are accept that it should be solved by the court, not by the politician themselves.
So since we see Hashimi and Maliki crisis in here, Turkey also in a way included in this process, and we saw Mr. Erdogan and Maliki exchanging very tough wordings.
Yes. I think what have the Turkish Prime Minister done, I think it's a mistake, because it is unacceptable in Iraq that any other foreign country to interfere. Because we accept and respect our neighborhoods, so it gives a very negative. That is one. Second, Mr. Erdogan also he came allied to one party. It is not for the People Party. He came with other political party with the Iraqi bloc. So I think he should be against the others, and I think that is a very political mistake. You cannot show. You know that Turkey also have different people, different nations. So we as Iraqis, we do not interfere with any your internal. You have many things to do. We can't comment, we can't speak about, but we respect our constitution and our neighborhood. So we also do not also accept any other from outside to make interfere. We have a very good relationships between Iraq and Turkey. We have now about $12 billion exchange for trade, and as I said, more than 1,000 Turkish company working in Iraq. We are a good partnership. So I think just this political point of view are in the mistake time.
So do you think that Turkey did intervene in Iraq's domestic issues?
Yes. This comment from the Prime Minister, Turkish Prime Minister, I think that's interview, because all other neighborhoods should accept that we have some political problems, and also they have also, which are they haven't. From our neighborhood, they have it. Even here, you have different from Alawi, you have Kurds, you have Arabs, you have Turkish, you have different problems. You have with the Kurdish political, with the, so we have nothing to comment about that.
Mr. Maliki also said that, what you said, I mean, to Prime Minister Erdogan, that you have also different cultures, different societies, different minorities, and it has been perceived as a threat in Turkey from Iraq. So,
no, I think
Is
we
it a
have.
threat?
I think as if you have, you mean that point of view, standpoint of the Erdogan. I think it is you just to have to make it more complicated, because when we can solve it by dialogue, so the other side, when he said this, I strengthen you, you can also talk tough with your opponent, I said not enemy. So I think that will complicate it. So, but we cannot accept that as a political, as a foreign affairs. It is very unacceptable in Iraq.
and lastly, Mr. Maliki called Mr. Erdogan very provocative. And then in his statement, Mr. Erdogan replied it too. So we see two prime ministers exchanging very harsh views and words. Do you believe this is a temporary situation? Iraq and Turkey will get back again together, or this political tension will continue for a while as well?
No. I think it is a very, very small things, and this is a political. But I think Mr. Erdogan began it. Not Mr. Maliki. He began that just yes, with these speeches, and he is repeated also towards the parliament, Turkish parliament, and that was very evocative. That for Iraqis, I think it is not accepted. So, Mr. Maliki, he's as a prime minister, he should also give this standpoint of the government, and such a decision he had been discussed with all blocs, with all ministers.
Have you been disappointed when Mr. Erdogan started his rhetoric by that,
Well,
especially in regard to Al-Hashimi's situation?
I astonished, actually, because I didn't expect that Mr. Erdogan just to play with such fire.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For joining us.
Thank you. Thank you too.